can he cheat? Does he even have the opportunity? As
Everyone
we just
can.
said, well, no, they cannot,
No, they can't.
because they don't have the
33%
option.
of men have zero sexual
I was
partners.
gonna say they don't
Randy.
have the opportunity to cheat. Two things have to exist. There has to be a reason, and there has to be an opportunity. The vast majority of men today have no opportunity to cheat.
Should high value men be allowed to cheat?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I have to stop for a
that
sec.
one.
We'll
y'all
finish out the
consider-
show on this one.
Go ahead.
I was just having this conversation with someone recently. What do you consider, I'm curious, ladies, like what makes a man high value to you? For me, a high value man, like it's really about discipline. So like I don't like dad bods because you don't go to the gym, you don't care about yourself. I like to see discipline. I like a man that leads, because I like to be submissive. I'm a very dominant person in my day-to-day life. I want to be submissive. I want to feel like I can be submissive to you. So if you don't have discipline, that shows you can't lead, which shows I can't be submissive to you, so I'm turned off. Mm-hmm. So that's what makes a man high value to me, is if he can get me where I want to be. So maybe it's a little vain, but I'm curious, what makes a man high value? Is it because he has a lot of money?
What do you guys think makes a man high value, and then should high value men be allowed to cheat?
Obviously, financials, assets, home, car, if they have a company.
I just noticed that the girl who finds dad bods attractive thinks that high status men it's based on assets and finance.
I mean,
that's not an accident.
I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I feel.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Should be allowed to cheat.
That depends. I don't think they should be allowed. I think there should be a conversation that if you want to be in an open relationship, then that should be discussed. I don't think there should be an allowing.
Of course. I think he should have said allowed to see other women instead of cheating, because cheating involves lying.
Right.
What creates a high status man to you?
I don't know. I mean,
Hold on, Catherine, what do you think? What defines a man as high status?
I think I have a societal
High value.
expectation in the sense of obviously financial stability, but not to me. To me, I'm very self-sustaining. So it's I need you to provide me emotionally a lot of little places where I lapse, right? So I need you to be able to fulfill that for me. But that being said, we're going to have open communication, and you can go do whatever you want. Not cheat. It's always respect, because we have a mutual respect for each other. That is the difference.
Okay, so what I would think if I was a woman, I was answering this question, I would say, to me, just from a population level survey, it would be women who are super, super attracted to a guy. That's what would define him as high status. That, to me, that's the only thing. Because what you found to be attractive and what you found to be attractive were totally different. Therefore, defining high status cannot be defined contextually. It can only be defined by how do you react to him physiologically. So when you have that, what you said, you want your wife to change religion and crawl over broken glass.
Yeah, well,
for you.
that's genuine
high
desire,
value
though.
is based on their
Subjective.
physical appearance?
Negative. What I'm saying isn't. What I'm saying is high value is defined by the three of you in completely three different ways.
One aspect.
But the only thing that matters is that you're incredibly attracted to him. That's the only common thing I've heard as far as high status men, when defined by women, is incredibly attracted to them. Especially for a woman who makes a lot of money, money is not going to necessarily define him as high status. For a woman who doesn't, it is. And for a woman who is only attracted to men for their physical appearance, then it's going to be different things. But those different things lead to physiological attraction towards this man, genuine desire. The genuine desire is what I think contextually makes that man high
Having
status.
genuine desire for your man, I think that defines high value. I was looking in the chat, and they're going to, well, what does Rollo say? A lot of things. First of all, money, muscles, and game. You have to outclass a woman right now. Clearly, everyone at this table says, I make my own goddamn money. And if he doesn't make more money than I do, then because essentially, and you're not, by the way, I don't want to pick on just you, because I could go on Fresh and Fit, and every goddamn girl on that show will say exactly the same thing. Cookie business or some shit like that. And if he doesn't make more than the cookie business, then I'm going to be...
Do you guys realize what he's saying? Like, that doesn't make you more attractive? Do you guys understand that or no? Okay,
having a business, being a strong, independent woman, all that means is you're independent of guys. When you get into those situations, and I'm not saying that they're all. I think when we get into these conversations, like with like Fresh and Fit or Kevin Samuels, and everybody says a high value man should cheat. You will never hear those. The word should will never come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. I deal in is. I don't deal in should. Okay. A high value man can cheat. He certainly could if he wants to. Depends on what his lifestyle is and who he is as a person. That's number one. Number two is can he cheat? Does he even have the opportunity of cheat, because as
Everyone
we just
can.
said, well, no, they cannot,
can't.
because they don't have the
33%
option.
of men have zero sexual partners.
I was going to say they don't
Randy.
have the opportunity to. It's to cheat. There's two things have to exist. There has to be a reason, and there has to be an opportunity. The vast majority of men today have no opportunity to cheat unless they go to a hooker and they say, "Here's my $800," right? Unless they want to make that happen, and usually when they make that happen, it's because they have a reason to cheat. Lots and lots of men have a reason to cheat. They just simply can't sit at a table filled with gorgeous women and walk home with one of them, because it just doesn't happen for guys.
New fear unlocked.
It's way,
What really?
way.
What are you afraid of, Randy?
I mean, I'm not personally. I'm just saying, like, imagine all those women who think they're like all safe and secure, but it's really just because their man can't cheat on them.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Because what men do is they make their necessity a virtue. Okay, so they
those
say,
guys
"I
are
would
right,
never
like,
cheat
my
on
man's
you."
never cheat on me. It's like, well, he just
You
can't.
can't cheat on.
It's just women like are so delusional when it comes to some of these ideas. Like, oh, the reason why my man doesn't have an Instagram is because he's a businessman. He wants to be. No, he has a wife and kids that he's hiding from you. That's what's going on. It's so crazy when this shit happens, and the women they think it's so dear. Oh, my man would never cheat on me. It's like he's either closet homosexual, he has extremely low testosterone, or he's cheating on you and you don't know about it. That's essentially what's going on.
So my difficulty, and by the way, I've written several articles about this. I've gone on several different shows when we talk about like I've talked about polyamory and how it's the new hotness now, right? And really all that is a put that anywhere. That's fine. It's a mating strategy. It's an adaptive mating strategy. I can't find some monogamous girl to give me the girlfriend experience like in real life. So I'm gonna be okay with sharing this chick in a throuple or a polycule or whatever whatever cutesy term we're gonna come up with it. Yeah. All you're talking about is polyamory, and by the way, that's probably one of the worst ideas for parental investment that you can do right now.
Well, okay. So polyamory is different than polygyny.
I understand that, but the way that we're describing it, we're trying to turn it into a quote unquote lifestyle, an alternative lifestyle. Then we are. I understand the definitions, but I'm just saying, like in popular culture right now, we're trying to turn this, and that's what gets me is like I know guys, and you know guys too, who have their main. And then then the buffet is open, right? Okay. And you know who those guys are? They're very attractive guys, and they make a whole lot of money, and they are what anyone would say. They're the 4.5%ers. They are the high value of the highest value. The main is where you're talking about here. She's got no other choice. Like, what am I going to do? But he loves me the most. He comes back to me, and he has an investment in me as far as like long-term security is concerned, because I'm his main. I'm not his side chick. And then he has a bunch of side chicks, right? In the hopes that at some point he's going to mature and get it out of his system. And now he's going to settle down and have a picket fence and a golden retriever and 2 kids in the yard and a station wagon. Okay.
What did Justin Waller say? He goes, "You're my queen. They're all hoes."
So when you say like they can't cheat then, because you asked me earlier, like, oh, do you not have threesomes because the caliber of man? And I could say, like, obviously, yes, like the caliber he has, I wouldn't do that with someone. So I was done with like people I was just kind of talking to or whatever. So you're saying like if the girl would have a caliber man that she would almost like let him?
There wouldn't even be a let. It would be like, okay, it would be looking the other way is what it would end up being. And that's throughout history, that's been the way it is.
The argument is this: like throughout history, King Solomon had 800 wives. Any Russian oligarch, no one possibly
emperors of China in the Forbidden City. I said it
emperors
first.
of China. Yeah, no one thinks that Russian oligarchs are faithful to their wives. Every mob boss throughout history, like when we talk about these extremely high power, John F. Kennedy, whatever. They would sleep with multiple women, and no one would blink an eye. Like it wasn't a big deal that Marilyn Monroe would literally come to the residence and have sexual intercourse with John F. Kennedy while Jacqueline Onassis Kennedy was there. No one cared. It was that kind of situation. So there is a level, at least history has showed us, there is a level to which something like 1% of men in the East, in East Asia, have a Y chromosome that matches Genghis Khan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he has like the highest amount of like.
Correct. Yeah, the offspring from that. So when you think about that situation, it's like should men cheat? That's the first question. Have they cheated? Yes, that's essentially what's happened. When we got to throughout history. There's been very few examples where that hasn't happened. When men had the option to do so, that they did that thing because they were high status. So while you guys are correctly stating, hey, listen, I don't think a man is high enough status for me to cheat or whatever. You guys all know dudes who are super famous.
That's what I'm saying though. This should cheat. The phrasing is just.
Agreed. agree.
Because
Now it's a moral,
yeah.
now it's a moral question.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
should cheat, or like you said, or
now it's
should you let him have
now it's
threesomes
now it's a
because
practice.
he's
Yes.
whatever?
Well, I was going to say, just to tag on the end of that,
No.
it's like throughout history, three things have defined a high value man. So here I'm going to answer you guys, chat. It is resources, it is territory, and it is exclusive access to beautiful, fertile, virginic women to make sure that his DNA goes off into prosperity, right? So those are the three you want. That's nuts and bolts. Distill it down to its most basic. It's territory. How much property does he have? What kind of shit does he have? Status is a part of that. Don't get me wrong. Money, that's the resources part. Territory is what has he got, and is he the kind of guy that other men want to be and other women want to? If he's that guy, then yeah, he's probably a high value guy. Should he cheat? And I'm going to say no, he shouldn't.
Of course not. Yeah.
Because here's why I'm saying that. Don't have a main. If you want to have a main and side chicks, and the reason why I'm saying that is because women's sexual market value decays with age. So if you have the main and you're not going to get with that, you're not a ride or die guy for that woman, don't do that. Just play the field. Just fuck a lot of. If you want to spin plates, spin plates. But don't spin plates with a chick who's like, well, maybe if I wait him out, then he'll be, and as she's waiting you out and you're trying to figure out whether or not you want to have kids with this person, she's your queen and all the rest of these bitches are hoes. If you're not the queen and he's still fucking hoes, then what happens is day by day by day, your sexual market value decays to the point where you are less valuable on the sexual market, on the second marketplace, and he's on to the chick that, you get left for one of the hoes. Don't fucking do that. If you're going to play the field, play the field. If you're going to be monogamous, be monogamous.
Hey, Brandon,
Yeah.
one other thing. I don't have threesomes. We have threesomes. Get the terminology correct. You don't let your man have threesomes. You guys have threesomes together. That's the way it works. Okay?
I've heard that. Okay.
Well, when I say let, because there are girls that don't actually enjoy threesomes, but they do it to please their man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I right in my assumption about this? That if you're gonna have threesomes, it's better if the girls think of it. And you're not going, hey, come on.
Right.
For
sure.
Do you think she's hot? Like you're trying to set it up.
Yeah,
it's
because
better
it's
if
like, are
they
you
set it up and you're
desperate for
them.
another
Yeah.
chick? Like, what's your
If
deal?
it comes out, you will have it if it seems like it's their idea and not yours. Am I correct?
Beautiful.
Yes.